Honest opinion, the national awards have become a joke. If you disagree, let me know in the comments because I personally have completely lost hope on these awards. But if there's one film that deserves all the awards and all the love from the audience this year, without a doubt, it's Hemanth Rao's two-part epic love story, Sapta Sagaradaache Ello, Side A. The last time I saw such a film that was shot in two parts together was Gangs of Wasseypur 1 and 2, and that was a gangster saga that spanned more than 68 years, had tons of characters with multiple storylines and had really big cinematic moments. But I think for the first time I'm seeing a two-part treatment for a love story, which has just two main characters, takes place 10 years apart, without any big moments or constant dopamine hits. But still, it just works. In the first scene itself, which has Manu and Priya in a car, with Manu driving much faster than he should, and Priya telling him to slow down, the personality of these characters and their relationship is established so beautifully just instantly. Within the first 5 minutes, you're immediately drawn to this couple who have more chemistry than so many real life star couples who are trying really hard to sell their love story on screen. If you know, you know. And within those 5 minutes, you're so invested in Manu and Priya that you start praying that nothing wrong should happen to these people. Like the Earth, which is just a pale blue dot in the solar system, Manu and Priya are one among millions of other urban couples that you spot while walking or driving around the city, lost in their own world in such a way that even when they're arguing in an extremely crowded subway, the noise around them gets completely drained out. We feel the tension when they meet after a long time in an equally crowded visiting room of a prison, which is scored by a constant, fast-paced ticking sound of a clock. And then we feel the release when the ticking sound suddenly slows down as if time itself was slowing down when they finally face each other. Instead of cringing, we smile when she fondly calls him or talks about how he is like an element of nature that's so dear to her soul. We don't feel the lack of big cinematic moments even while we just follow this couple house hunting in the city. And we don't roll our eyes at the Shawshank Redemption reference when even in this harsh capitalistic world, these two share a simple dream of building a house by the sea. Most directors struggle to make even human actors act and get the audience to emotionally invest in the characters and their journey. But here, there's this quote from Ben Affleck's Air, which is a story of Nike trying to sign Michael Jordan, and it goes something like this. A shoe is a shoe until someone steps into it. Similarly, the sea, a conch, an earthen pot, threads of a weaving machine, or above all, a cassette and a tape recorder. In this movie, even inanimate objects get a whole new meaning and you develop an emotional connection with them. And all of this happens because of different elements working so perfectly with each other, just like those threads of the weaving machine that the film begins with. Whether it's Rakshit Shetty, who doesn't just become but lives as Manu, Rukmini Vasanth's magnetic presence you just can't take your eyes away from, the spectacular synthwave-filled epic soundtrack and score by Charan Raj, the pacing and editing which makes one scene flow into the other so seamlessly, from something as simple as just mentioning two characters who have gone abroad, transitioning to the reflection of a flight in the prison well, all the way to designing the subtext of the characters and their worlds, like how Manu enters through this small door in this huge auditorium where Priya is singing. When you watch the movie, you'll understand that all of these are more than just simple scenes. You'll be able to feel the real meaning and the relevance of each shot. And all of this happens because Hemanth Rao's writing and vision, it weaves all of these elements together, making this simple doomed romance so much larger than life. Yes, certain stretches in the second half seem to drag a little bit, and I saw 2-3 phone screens come alive in the audience. And yes, Achyut Kumar's character seems a bit unidimensional, whom we'll probably get to know in Side B, but there is just so much more to love in this film that breaks the clutter of mass masala action movies that we've been seeing over the past few years. And after a long time, I've seen a film that I'm constantly thinking about while working in the middle of the day or dreaming about while I'm sleeping at night. And imagine this is just part 1. I personally feel that even though this is a love story, you should definitely give it a shot in the theaters. And if you have, let me know your thoughts about the film in the comments. But for now, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.